Australia, in one way, is an idea. So we we need to protect that idea in ourselves at home so that we will have enough pride in Australia for our generation and the generations after us that they will defend it. They will defend our idea and they will defend our legacy. And it's something worth having as a free nation. And yeah, I stand up and I will make the noise about it because I fear that people have been beaten down into a position that they aren't going to speak out about it. And the next thing that they take away is going to hurt more people. But because we didn't speak up before, and everyone sits there and says, "You guys gave up your guns in 1996," and in a way, it was the right thing to do. There's not many people that I talk to who say, "Oh gosh, it was a great idea that I gave in my semi-auto 12 gauge." That not many people at all, and they go, "We thought that it would, make change, and that we would be." Um, you know, Making sure that we'd still be able to perform our roles in society and still enjoy our hobbies and our sports and our commitment to conservation, because a lot of shooters are doing conservation. And that trust has been abused from that moment onwards. And they started this rhetoric of doing the right thing during COVID. And it was a great situation for them to start pushing through this idea, um, that for public safety, and people went through some absolutely abhorrent treatment here in Australia in the idea of public safety, and not many people really died from COVID. It really wasn't that bad. I've had hangovers that were worse than COVID. I had an injection that was worse than actually getting COVID. I had friends end up in hospital because of it. I know more people that ended up in hospital from the injection than from COVID itself. And that people have still been guiled into this idea that that was good and it was protecting us, and taking away firearms is protecting us. But there's been nothing with firearms that has been a threat to the public. And you say that, and then the next thing you know, we're going to have someone that goes off and pops a few rounds. And it could be, you know, put the tin hat on for that, or it could be someone who's just literally been pushed into the corner so far, so hard. They're worried that they're not going to be able to keep on performing their role in society. And it's it's sad to see it, and it's sad to see people get pushed that far. And it's not the sort of thing that you want. And it's why we need to really speak up, try to not convince people. You don't try to convince people. You just let them live your experience by telling the story. And you need to tell the story for them to understand. And the more people that start to understand, the more informed decisions we're going to have from our people in making choices when they get to the point where they are voting for someone that's going to be making decisions, hopefully, for the benefit of their nation and their state and their life, rather than this idea of vote for us and we'll keep you safe by, wrapping you up in bubble wrap and not letting you do anything. Because I mean, hell, the question is, what next in the idea of public safety? I mean, I'm drinking zero alcohol beer. The biggest thing that I do enjoy normal beer and a scotch and a good red wine. But sorry, the South Australian reds, the better ones from the Limestone Coast down in Clare. Um, but how far are we going to go with not looking after? Sorry, how far are we going to let them take it in having the state look after us? Because soon it'll be, well, you aren't allowed to eat this, you aren't allowed to eat that, you can't have alcohol. And I think Yep, there's no problem at all in drinking your zero alcohol and low alcohol beers. But I can tell you what, it is the biggest damn shame that these zero alcohol beers cost more than Coca Cola. And Coca Cola is going to do more damage to our health system. And we see it in our young Indigenous how much damage is being done by Coca Cola. And, how come they can keep pumping that out into kids? How come zero alcohol beer is not anything? They built the damn pyramids on low strength alcohol beer. That just tells you how innovative people can be when they've had a couple of drinks and they go, you know what we should do? Is build a giant triangle in the middle of the desert. But it's yeah, the question really is how far are we willing to let them take it? And it's just each one, um, each thing that they push it to the next level. We're going to stop you from being able to travel across your state. We're going to stop you from traveling inside of your country in your safety. We're going to stop people from having firearms. Um, no more V8s, no more motorbikes, no more anything. So, yep. Sorry, everyone. I went for another rant.
This is why I messaged you the other day and said we will lead the peaceful revolution of Australia. You are a statesman, Jack Carmody. You are a leader. You're exactly what this state and this country needs. And I look up to you so much. You've inspired me to be more ballsy. I know we're on a list together. I know we're going to end up in Cairns, but we would not let it come to that in our beautiful state of WA.